This is Suchi, and today I'm going to show you how to use macros in Excel in a very basic level. If you don't have any programming knowledge, also you can use it. How you can do that? So basically, whenever we are doing some repetitive tasks, for example, every month I'm getting some data and I have to make it presentable by adding some formatting, colors, background, borders, or maybe adding some extra calculations, any formulas, pivot tables, and so on. So those steps we are repeating every month, or maybe every week, or maybe every quarter, or even for this kind of activities. Let's say this data I'm having. So I have data for 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, and everywhere the data is the data is not looking good, and I want to make it presentable. I will add some border, I will add some background color to these headers, I will add some filters and all those things. But how I can do this for all these worksheets? I have to do it manually every time, right? But if I can automate this whole process, then it will save a lot of time. How we can do that? Let me show you. So there is one tab, developer tab, which is hidden. We have to go to file, then here is the more option, go to the options, and then we can see here customize ribbon. From here we can see this developer, so we can activate this developer tab, and once we have added this will be visible. We don't need to add it again and again. So now it is there. Let's see what is there, what is present here. Here you can see we can actually write Visual Basic code, but no worry if you are not a coder, or if you do not know Visual Basic, we can just use this feature record macro. So how we can record? So recording macro is just like Excel is recording each and every step we are doing. So the moment we start recording, it will remember each and every step we are performing. So let me do this. So once we click on record macro, it will ask for a macro name. So we can provide a meaningful name so that we can reuse it later. Let's say I'm adding it as happiness data macro, and here it asks for shortcut key. So if we add some shortcut key, we do not need to run the macro by going to the developer tab. We just can press this shortcut key and it will perform the task whatever is recorded in that macro. Now, here one confusion may arise, that is, what if the shortcut key which I am using that already has a predefined meaning? Simplest solution for that is we can just go on Google and search for it, like what are the Microsoft Excel shortcut keys available. We can check from the list, and I can see that Control J is not there maybe, or Control M, Control, see after K it is N. So I can maybe use Control M. Let's say I'm using Control J. Here is an interesting option, that is store macro in where, for this workbook only, or for new workbook, or for personal macro workbook. So if we select this option, this same macro will be available for other workbooks as well in my system. But if we are just clicking this workbook, then this will be only available for this workbook. Let me have this option activated now. Give a proper description here just for a self note so that you can remember what this macro is actually doing. And even if you can see in multiple workplaces, once some person has left and then you are looking at their code or at their work and you are wondering why the person has done that, so that this is a great approach to add some description, add some documentation to everything you are working. Press OK. Now Excel has started recording. So whatever I will do right from now, it will record. So let me select these cells. Let me go to the Home tab and I will add all borders. Now what I will do is I'll select this, I'll say wrap text, and I will add some background color. Now I'll select these things and that's it. Now what else I can do is I can add a pivot table. Insert a pivot table. This is the range existing workbook. I will select maybe this. I'll press OK. I may add region into rows, country into values, the count of countries, happiness score, average happiness score, and I will press OK. That's it. And after I'm done with all these things, what I have to do is I have to go to the developer tab and say stop recording. If I don't stop recording, Excel will keep recording all the steps I'm performing. So I have to stop the recording now. Now the macro is recorded. Now, if we look into the macro that has already been recorded, that has just been recorded, we have to go to this macros and then we can edit, we can see the name of the macro that we created just now and we can edit it. If we edit this macro, we can see the actual code. The steps has been recorded. Whatever we have performed, those have been recorded. And let's say here borders, adding borders and all those things have been recorded, creating pivot tables and all. Now the problem is here if you see, if you look into this macro, you can see that the sheet name is hard coded here. So what we can do is we just can change this part and this will be usable for any sheet. So what should I have there? We can add the name of the active sheet, whatever it is. So active sheet.name we will add and then we will add the concatenation operator which is ampersand here. So it will add that. The same thing we will do with the below one. And this line, as you see, worksheet 2015.select, this is not required. This we can just remove because whatever is selected, we want to create the pivot table inside that sheet only. So in the active sheet is already selected, so we do not need to select it again, and we just can press Ctrl S. We can save it. So once we saved it, we are ready to use that macro. Let me go to the other sheet 2016, and what I can do is simply I can press Ctrl J and you can see the magic here. The same thing I can do for 2017, Ctrl J and it works, Ctrl J. So this is how you can see the macro is making our life far more easier. And before ending, just one simple tip, that is whenever we are creating macros in a workbook, we have to save that workbook with this extension Excel SM. So what we need to do is just we need to click on file. We will go to save as, and here as you can see it is already present with XLSM, but generally what is selected here, you will be seeing the XLSX format here. Selected by default, you will be having this or maybe this one, this format. But when you are saving macro, you have to select this format, Excel macro enabled template. So this is how it will be. Okay, that's it for today. Let me know in the comment box if you want to know any particular part with macro.